Yeah, hi guys, welcome back to Marathon-Crossfit, and today it's a week of Texas method and also using my new Kbands, which I'm actually quite stoked about. So here you see the Monday session, that is a volume session on the Texas method. So I'm doing 145 for 5x5, and what you see here is the last set. Now, when you're working your sets, I personally like to use knee sleeves as you see them here. And I also like to get a lot of work out of the belt itself. I'm also wearing the Skins A400 here. If I'm having a bad day, those compression underwear kind of stuff actually helps me also a lot to maybe get one more rep out. So definitely recommend that stuff for lifting or also when it is very cold. So moving on to bench press on the volume day, that was 110 kg 5x5. This is the last set. Overall, I think I have to adjust the weight which I'm currently lifting. I have to go down a bit, maybe by 10%. But that's okay. Like, at least I know now the calculator I'm currently using that I got from the internet is just rubbish, so I have to do a new one for the Texas method. You will most likely find it at some stage on my webpage, www.marathon-crossfit.com. Have a look if you have not yet. And here deadlifts, also the deadlifts are a bit behind. They should be sitting somewhere at 160 to 170 for reps, but I am taking it slow as I got injured about 4 months ago and threw in a small off cycle there. So this is actually my second week of the Texas method, which I changed to now. So then I went to wall drills. So I have the Kbands on here. Currently I use the red Kbands. So I got the complete set of Kband, high quality stuff. I definitely recommend it. Does the trick. And actually these workouts, even though I look like a little rabbit who is a bit too fat and can't jump anymore, they definitely do the trick. Like, they really make you sweat. And I was there look like a bit like a Oompa Loompa. But anyway, you know, that stuff actually makes you sweat really hard and also helps you with your mobility. And I find it to be a very good change from the powerlifting routines that I got, because they made me rather stiff, to be quite honest. I mean, I'm looking funny anyway when I'm trying to pick something off the ground. And I think that stuff will help me to move a bit more like a normal person, even though it looks ridiculous. I mean, this looks like a fat ballerina trying to hop. But anyway, also those routines, they come with the Kbands. What you usually do, you do 4 sets with the Kbands on, and then you do two sets unresisted. So all of the exercises you see here, I'm just showing you one resisted set. If you were to get them, do 4 of those and then clip the bands off and do 2 extra sets unresisted. So here we have lateral unders. Also here important, stay low, go really low, and try to move from side to side at the lowest point and stretch out. You won't believe it, again, it looks silly, but it really takes some air out of you. You know, once you go to the end of this, you're really sweating and you really get a lot out of it. So then on to the next, that is the core complex. At the core complex, so what you first do is high knees to get a bit more of leg drive. So here you also see how that all connects to powerlifting itself, or to weightlifting. I definitely think that this stuff will make your nervous system fire quicker, which is a good thing, because faster muscle twitch means faster development of force. So you do 8 on each side, and then the next thing that you're gonna see is is bicycles, and then afterwards you see my second least favorite exercise after burpees. So burpees I still hate the most, okay, but these dive bomb push-ups and then the mountain climbers after, that's just killer. So here you see me going into the bicycles, switching from the high knees. So that is okay. You also can see the Kbands here a bit better because I'm moving a bit slower. That also adds just some extra resistance there. Again, also here you do 3 to 4 rounds, and you can decide whether you do 3 and 1, like 3 resisted and 1 unresisted, or 2 and 2. Now this stuff definitely sucks. Like those ones, they really don't look like a lot, but they kill you. What I have to do better here is I have to bring the knees further to the chest, because the idea is not to get actually your feet up like I'm doing. The idea is to get your knees to the chest as quick and as explosive as you can. So that's the good thing about video evidence. You know, you always see where you're fucking it up. So you see, now I do one more, then I actually have to take a little break, because it's also the last thing you do. So all of the stuff that you saw before, you know, I did, and then at the end you do this rather intense routine. So I think I'm doing 2 more reps here, then it goes into scissors, and then 1 round is complete. And in that on that very day I did 3 more of those rounds. So and at the end of that I really crawled out of the gym, which is a good thing. That's what we want, because otherwise you're pushing yourself hard enough. I mean, if you can eat biscuits and drink a cup of tea while you're exercising, you're definitely doing something wrong. So then moving on to Texas method again. So this is the Wednesday workout, where you only, well, which is titled as a recovery or active recovery kind of workout. So on those days I actually don't use the belt, just to also train without the belt. And this is 115 by 5. Also here you do 2 by 5 on the recovery day and not 5 by 5, so a lot less volume on those days. And here you see the overhead press. So overhead press and bench presses on the recovery day swap. So on the next week I will actually, on the recovery day I will bench press, and this week I did the bench press on the volume day and on the high intensity day. Then to round it all up, some pull-ups here. Now I like to do them very, very slowly and go very, very deep and wide. That is not why I'm doing a lot of reps. I only can do 6 reps of those kind of pull-ups. Of the silly pull-ups, or I don't know, novice pull-ups they might call them, I can do somewhere between 15 and 20. And here we have glute ham raises, also something that I didn't do enough when I started out lifting. That's why my calves are pretty weak. Definitely, if you have a gym around with a glute ham raise machine, use it. Use the heck out of it so that you get nice calves and get a well-rounded body. I definitely have some catching up to do, and that is also planned into the Texas method, that you do 5 by 10 glute ham raises on the recovery day on Wednesday. So you also can weight this. You can do dumbbells, kettlebells, barbells, be my guest. So then moving on to the next day, that would be the Thursday. So on Thursday I only did Kband drills, no weighted exercises whatsoever, and this is the 4-cone drill. And then the forward shuffle, so that you see the idea, you want to hug the cones. I personally have to get deeper and then sprint out. So I have to get deeper into my knees to move quicker. Then we have the pro agility drill, that is basically changing directions very fast. Definitely good for football players. I think also that is what the people had in mind when they invented the Kbands. But still though, I get a lot out of it. So that is the 1, 2, 3 cone drill. So here the main thing is that you move backwards a lot. Then the L cone drill, which I think is actually a lot of fun. just because I'm outside here, because you need a lot of space for that. So maybe not every gym is really, you know, kind of equipped for that. Then 40-yard dash, pretty straightforward, literally. And then the last day of the week of the Texas method, that was high intensity at 155 kg 1x5. So this is basically to test and to set up for the next week. So if you hit your full set here, then you will calculate 90% of that for the volume day on the next week. So next Monday I will do 5x5 of 90% of 155 kg and ram that through. So that on squats, and then the last set of the week will be bench press. So the bench press will be 130 kg by 5. I will miss the last rep. So still there you see I used a calculator which I think is more tailored to pounds. So I tried to switch things around there and fix that, but that didn't really work. So I personally think I have to do my own calculator based on the Tnation post of Mark Rippetoe, which is freely available. So if you use if you wanted to use Texas Method, look up the Tnation post by Mark Rippetoe. There's everything in there to do your own calculations. So thanks for watching. Come back for more and subscribe. Bye bye.